Hello everyone. Today we're going to review how to convert different values in the metric system. If you look at the handout you have here, you've got 20 total problems, 1 through 9 on one side and 10 through 20 on the other. It's important to remember that as you go about working these problems, you're going to have to be familiar with and memorize the place value prefix chart. As you can see here, I'm writing this out from memory. Your basic units are grams, meters, and liters. Also, a nice aid to help you when you're converting is to draw this square on all of your assignments. This will help you with the rules that are involved with converting different measurement values. For example, the rules state if you go up the chart, then you move the decimal to the left. So if you went up the chart, you would move the decimal to the left. If you went down the chart, you would move the decimal to the right. That's how you would use this box of arrows that actually goes counterclockwise. So now that we have made our chart, let's go back and work a few problems. Problem number 1, 5.25 kilograms equals how many grams? And I would encourage you to follow the same pattern that you use in math class. Math teachers talk to students all the time about writing the problem down, making sure you have enough room to do your work. Kilograms. Kilo would be here. Grams is your basic unit. So you're going, I always tell students, make loops when you move from one unit to the other. So 1, 2, 3. The reason you want to make these loops is so you can go back and count how many spaces you're going to need to move your decimal. So 1, 2, 3. You're going down the chart, so you're going to move the decimal 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right. So in 5.25, 1, 2, 3, and then you make your decimal. If you notice, I made loops here as well. That's because when you get finished moving your decimal, you want to go ahead and add in zeros for the empty loops. And your answer will be 5.25 kilograms equals 5,250 grams. One thing to keep in mind, if you chose to write your answer like this, without the decimal, that is the correct answer. Anytime you see a number and there is no decimal, it is always, always, always understood that the decimal is always going to be on the far right if you do not see it written. For example, if you look down here to number 8 with 18 kilometers, there is no decimal here. But it is understood, again, to always be on the right-hand side. Same thing with number 9, 45 centimeters. The decimal is not written, but it's understood to be right there. One other point of interest and reminder is that this number is the same as this number, which is also the same as this number, because the decimal is in the same spot. Let's work on number 2. .27 milligrams equals how many grams? So this time we're going to start at it'd be milligrams, but milli is the prefix, and we're going to move to grams, basic units. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 spots, and we're going up the chart. So we're gonna move our decimal up and 3 spaces to the left. So it'll look like this right here. We're gonna take, let me write this over here on the back of this paper, 4.27 milligrams. And we're gonna move it 3 spaces to the left. Here's the decimal, 1, 2, 3. And we fill in the loops with zeros. So our answer would be decimal or point, you can say it both ways, 0.00427 grams. If you look at number 3, you're going from kilometers to meters. So another move to a basic unit. So 1, 2, 3. Going down, we're going to move it to the right, 3 spots. So here, 1, 2, 3. So our number is 593. Keep in mind, if you wrote it like this or like this, that's the same answer. You could also write it like that. That is the same answer, because the values of the numbers have not changed due to the placement of the decimal. Let's work number 4. Milliliters to liters. So, milliliters to liters. 1, 2, 3. 3 spaces to the left. So 0.6, 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. So your answer here would be 0.0006. Number 5. How many grams are in 32.1 kilograms? How many grams? We're going to go from grams. We're going to go from kilograms to grams. So here to here. 1, 2, 3. So 32.1. Moving it 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Going down to the right. 1, 2, 3. So your answer would be there. Number 6. Going from liters to milliliters. So we're going here, 1, 2, 3. Down to the right. 1, 2, 3. I would be careful. You see what I'm doing. I'm doing the loops and changes and things in the problems. Until you get comfortable, do it on a sheet of paper. Number 7, it's a word problem. Doesn't change anything. A container holds 3,784 milliliters of milk. How many liters is this? One common mistake people make is they think that this comma is a decimal. It is not. That is a comma. Don't mistake that as the decimal and move it. So, what we're going to do here, we're going from milliliters to liters. Here to here. 1, 2, 3. Up to the left. 1, 2, 3. So your new answer, or your new unit, which is the answer, is 3.784 liters. Our next one. Number 8, 18 kilometers equals how many centimeters? No problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we almost went completely from one portion of the chart to the other. 5 spaces. We went down, so we're going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember I mentioned earlier it was very important to take your time and make those loops so you know exactly how many zeros to put in this number. So your answer would be 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have to put these commas here. The decimal goes right there, but again, if you don't have that there and you have this answer, it's still correct. Paying attention to detail when we talk about making these loops is going to be important for your overall success. That's going to be the difference between making careless errors and not making careless errors on these conversions. Millimeters, we're going from centimeters. So we're starting here and moving down the chart once to the right. So this is here. We're going to move it over one spot. So the answer would be 450 millimeters. So that's our problems 1 through 9. Again, that's our answer for 8. A lot of times, it's not a bad idea, especially when you have these word problems and you making scratch notes and things on your paper. Circle your answers for word problems like number 4, number 5, number 7, just so the teacher can find them quickly and not have any guesswork about which number is your answer. You've got some work here and some work here, so it's always good to cut down on the confusion. Number 10. I'm going to slide the chart in right here now so we can do this while we've got that together here. We'll pull the chart into play here. Okay, so hectometers to decimeters. This is decimeters. Right here. Decameters is right here. Keep this in mind. You don't want to make a mistake confusing these two prefixes. So hectometers to decimeters. 1, 2, 3. Again, I would encourage you to draw this box on every assignment you have. What do we say? 1, 2, 3, down the chart to the right. So 1, 2, 3. Number 11, 1,456 decimeters is equal to how many decameters? So here, 1, 2. Up the chart to the left. 1, 2. So our answer is 14.56. Decimeters to hectometers. Notice I'm underlining just to reinforce what units you're looking for. Decimeters to hectometers. 1, 2, 3. Went up the chart, so we're going to the left. 45. 1, 2, 3. Number 13. 101 kilograms is how many milligrams? Kilos here, millos way down here. So we're basically going to go from the very top to the very bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 spaces down and to the right. So this is going to be an interesting number here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. 101 and then 6 zeros. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I'm only putting the commas in here just to give you an idea of how big a number this is. Number 14, decigrams to kilograms. Deci's here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spaces up and to the left. So 56, 1, 2, 3, 4. 15. I purposely capitalized the L in the centiliters and in number 16, the hectoliters. For some reason, and it's nobody's fault, over the different course of working and studying metrics and teaching metrics, sometimes when you type these things up, the L may look like a 1 to some students. I don't know why it would over here in the units, but just to cut down on any confusion, a little common courtesy here to make that at capital L. Again, it's not something you normally see written out, but this is just something I sometimes do as a courtesy. So anyway, liters to centiliters. So liters is a basic unit, so we're gonna be here to centiliters. 1, 2, down to the right. So 55, 1, 2. So 5,500 centiliters. Decaliters, right here. We're gonna go to hectoliters. We're gonna go up 1. So that'll be up and to the left. So we just move that right there. Keep in mind, you can write it this way or this way. Either way is fine. Again, it has to do with the value of the numbers and the placement of the decimal. Grams to centigrams. Grams is a basic unit, so 1, 2, down and to the right. So 45, 1, 2. $12 millimeters equals how many hectometers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the left. So let's take 12 here. I'm gonna put 12 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's double check that just so you understand. Millimeters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you get to where you're going to have a lot of spaces and loops to fill in zeros, don't be afraid to go back and just double check. When you deal with problems like this one or this one, it's not going to hurt. You don't want to make a careless error. Number 19, decagrams to decigrams. Deca to deci. 1, 2, down and to the right. And again, you write it this way or that way. 4 liters equals how many hectoliters? Liters is a basic unit. 1, 2, up and to the left. And there we have it. Again, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for you to know your prefix chart and that box of arrows that is counterclockwise as far as direction. If you know those two things, any number problem that you are given should not be a problem for you. So I hope you enjoyed this review and tutorial on converting metrics. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please write them down and bring them to the next class. Thank you again. Goodbye.